Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain how to solve example on two-dimensional DFT of image using separability property. So before that, let's learn the basic of Fourier transform of an image. What is Fourier transform of an image? The Fourier transform is an important image processing tool which is used to decompose an image into its sine and cosine components. So this Fourier transform is used to decompose the image, to divide the image into its sine and cosine components. For a square image of size n by n, suppose we have an image in which there are n number of columns and there are n number of rows of pixels. Then the two-dimensional DFT is given by, this is the formula of two-dimensional DFT. It is f of uv. F of uv is nothing but two-dimensional DFT summation wherein x varies from 0 to n minus 1, y varies from 0 to n minus 1. And f of x comma y, f of x comma y is nothing but our image. This is f of x comma y. E raised to power minus j 2 pi into bracket xu by n plus vy by n. So this is formula for calculation of two-dimensional DFT of an image, in which this e raised to power minus j 2 pi and this term is in the form of e raised to power j theta. We know that e raised to power j theta is nothing but cos theta and j sin theta. That means in this there are two components, that is cos and sin components. Here the term is in the form of e raised to power minus j theta. So what is e raised to power minus j theta? It is cos theta minus j sin theta, in which what is theta? So this value is a theta value. Okay. So f of x comma y is nothing but the original image. The exponential term is the basis function. This exponential term, e raised to power minus j theta, this exponential term is a basis function. This is known as basis function. The basis functions are sine and cosine waves. Why they are sine and cosine waves? Because we know that e raised to power minus j theta is cos theta minus j sin theta. So it has two components, that is cos and sine. So basis function are sine and cosine waves with increasing frequencies. Now let's solve one example. In this it is written that a two-dimensional DFT can be obtained using one-dimensional DFT algorithm twice. That means if you want to calculate two-dimensional DFT means DFT of an image. So if you want to calculate two-dimensional DFT of an image, that can be done, that can be obtained by using one-dimensional DFT, but then you have to calculate it twice. Okay. Otherwise, second form of example may be find two-dimensional DFT using separability property. A sample image is given and on this basis, on this image, we will prove this concept. So it is asked to calculate two-dimensional DFT using separability property. But then what is separability property? What separability property says? Same thing, two-dimensional DFT can be obtained in two steps by successive application of one-dimensional DFT. That means you can calculate two-dimensional DFT by using one-dimensional DFT twice. In other words, f of uv, that means again 2D DFT can be obtained by applying 1D DFT along the rows and then along the columns. That means first you apply one-dimensional DFT along the rows and then you calculate one-dimensional DFT along the columns and you will get two-dimensional DFT. Let's see how to do it. Now, before that, I have uploaded one video on basics of Fourier transform of an image in which I have explained what the kernel is. If you have 4x4 image, then for that, the 4x4 image kernel will be this, and these values are fixed. Now you have this image, basic image. Now calculate one-dimensional DFT along rows. How to calculate? Take our kernel, multiply it by first row, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1. And you will get values, that is 4, minus 2, 0, minus 2, and this is nothing but DFT of first row. Then take next row and calculate DFT of second row. Take next row 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, and this kernel is same, multiply it and you will get DFT of second row. Then take third row, that is 2, 3, 4, 3. So it is, you can see here, this is 2, 3, 4 and 3, and you will get DFT of third row. Then take fourth row, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Calculate and you will get DFT of fourth row. Now arrange these answers in the form of rows. Arrange this 4, minus 2, 0, minus 2, 8, minus 2 in the form of rows. So write this 4, minus 2, 0, minus 2. So 4, minus 2, 0, minus 2. Then 8, minus 2, 0, minus 2. So it is 8, minus 2, 0, minus 2. Then 12, minus 2, and this is 4. Now after this what? Now take this answer, that means take answer of one-dimensional DFT along rows. Take this answer and apply one-dimensional DFT along columns. Take the answer, not the image, and apply one-dimensional DFT along columns. So how will you do that? So DFT of first column. Again take same kernel and multiply it with column. That is 4, 8, 12, 8. So this is 4, 8, 12, 8, and you will get 32 minus 8, 0, minus 8. Then take second row, second column. So DFT of second column. So take second column, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, and you will get this answer. This is DFT of second column. Then calculate DFT of third column. It is very simple, 0, 0, 0, 0. So you will get all zeros. And then take DFT of fourth column. So write fourth column, again minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. It is minus 8, minus. Now write these answers in the form of columns and make a matrix. So write this answers in the form of columns. So 32 minus 8, 0, minus 8 is minus 8, 0, 0, 0, then 0, 0, 0, 0, and this minus 8, 0, 0, 0. So this is nothing but two-dimensional DFT of original image, which is given in the problem statement. So this is your final answer. Now it is what we did. First we have calculated one-dimensional DFT along rows. Then we have calculated one-dimensional DFT along columns. And then we got this two-dimensional DFT of image. On the other hand, if you use this formula to directly calculate two-dimensional DFT of an image, you have this formula I have already explained. F of u comma v is equals to kernel into f of x comma y, that is image, and then transpose of kernel. So use this formula. Suppose you've taken this kernel and then this image, and then again transpose of this kernel. The kernel and transpose of kernel will remain same because their rows and columns are same. Now multiply these two matrix and then multiply the answer of that matrix with third matrix, and you will get two-dimensional DFT by using two-dimensional method directly. This is a direct method. So you will get the same answer. So if you apply this method of calculation of two-dimensional DFT of image directly by using formula, then also you will get the same answer. And hence it is proved that the two-dimensional DFT can be calculated by, or it can be obtained by calculating one-dimensional DFT twice, once along the rows and then along the columns, and hence here the separability property is proved. So I hope you understood what is separability property and how to prove it. You can prove it. First you can give the statement and then you take a sample example and prove it by this method. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.